5807, coming at you with a special guest tonight. And Gmar, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Hey everybody, Gmar0388. I'm glad to be broadcasting this race with you, War Daddy, as we're at Las Vegas tonight. And to be honest, I could tell you this is my first time commentating, so if I mess up, please spare me. But don't worry, I'm excited for some great racing tonight.
Oh yes, this is Black Flag Racing League, man. These guys are incredibly fast. Last week I covered their Mid-Ohio race, and it was a battle of two stages, really. The 88 car was out front most of the race, and then about second half to three-quarters of the way of the race, the 21 took the lead and never looked back, man. Just a outstanding race, minimum cautions on a road course, and just great racing all around. Gmar, how long have you been playing Heat 5?
Well, I've been playing Heat 5 since opening week.
But the Heat series in general, I know you got a long...
Heat series? Yeah, no, I've been playing since Heat Evolution, man, and I can tell you, as much as we don't cut these Heat games some slack, they've definitely come a long way at 704 games, and I'm glad to see how the series is going to continue into next year with Codemasters possibly taking the reins. So we'll definitely see, but regardless of how people feel about the NASCAR games, I'm always still going to play because NASCAR's got a special place in my heart. So definitely been playing these games for a while.
Cool. All right. So right now we're going to get ready to sing the national anthem for the United States of America. And please stand up, salute the flag, or hold your hand over your heart. Thank your servicemen, men and women, and let's get ready to have a good race.
I like cake. I like to bake it. I like to eat it.
Things happen. Beautiful song, beautiful song. What do you think, Gmar?
Always beautiful to honor our great country and our men and women in the armed forces, definitely indeed.
All right, so here in just a moment, we're just to get ready to drop green. So, well, first we got to get the engine started. So, coming soon here in the next minute or so, you're going to get your gentlemen start your engines.
That's great.
From all of us at GoDaddy.com, we would like to wish you a happy Mother's Day. And now, for those famous 4 words in motorsports, please welcome the mothers of today's NASCAR drivers. Start your engines!
All right, as we got the cars already started, they're just to get ready to roll out on the track. I believe qualifying is done. It sure is. And starting row 8, starting 16th is Jerry Engel in the 8. And his inside will be Bob Drew in the 2. Row 7 will be Ryan Gibson and Shane Gainey. Row 6 will be Justin Miller, Jared Ireland. Row 5 will be Marcus Snow and Mason Tomlinson. Row 4 will be Tommy Hitchcock with Jose Mercado. Row 5 will be Marcus Snow and Mason Tomlinson. Row 6 will be Justin Miller, Jared Ireland. Row 7 will be Marcus Snow and Mason Tomlinson. Row 4 will be Tommy Hitchcock with Jose Mercado. Row 5 will be Tommy Hitchcock with Jose Mercado. Row 3 will be David Warmilth with Chris Menikaski. Row 2 is Tom Lester with John Flamen. And row 1 is Ryan Foreman with Ron Dillard.
Sounds like a good starting field to me.
Oh man, these guys are fantastic. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for you to see these guys. So, all right. Coming at you live at Las Vegas. It's going to be a 50% race, 2 times wear with manual cautions. I'm not sure, but I know last race they did not run any stages. So I'm not sure if they're doing that again, but I will be finding out here shortly. All right, I'm getting the queue to come in. I'm about to send you a. They've already started on the. I'll get you in there in just a second. This
I mean, if
happened
they've already
last week.
started.
They do a manual, couple manual laps.
Well, I understand, but once the race start, doesn't it cut off the lobby? Oh, that's right. Watch live race. You're right.
Yeah.
Apologize for that. Like I said, first time doing this. We're gonna have a little bit of goose, but we're ready to have some fun.
Yeah, get a little nervous, man. I understand.
Can't wait to commentate this race, man. Las Vegas being the oval it is, there's going to be a lot of 3-wide racing coming through these turns. A lot of guys choosing different lines, so should be very interesting to see how these guys handle this track with 50% race length. So decently long race, definitely.
Yeah, hopefully. Uh-oh. Let's see if it's gonna work. Having some issues. Oh, I didn't send you the thing yet. Luckily, I got multiple.
That's what I was waiting for.
Oh goodness, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're both messing up, but that's okay. We're just here to have fun.
Yeah.
Watch a good race at Vegas, man.
All right. Let me see. All right. Here we go. Now I'm just gonna add you, and we'll be good to go.
That didn't have me as a driver, right?
No.
Okay, good. I was going to say. Hopefully it didn't.
Yeah.
I'm only a commentator. I wouldn't be able to handle those speeds.
All right, I believe they're still under pit speed. Looks like they are. They're still doing pace speed, waiting on the commentators as well. That's pretty embarrassing for the first night out. So we're going to ride around with the 11 real quick.
I'm in.
They're going green right now.
I just got in too. Perfect.
Awesome. As we ride along with the leader, the 11 of Monkey 91 has a great run onto the back stretch going into turns 3. Now a lot of guys like to run a little bit lower line through the middle down into the bottom of the track on 3 and 4, but you'll see in 1 and 2 you'll see a lot of drivers try to ride that high line up there close to the wall like Kyle Larson. Jim, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. So we got a battle here between the 9 and the 95. Let's ride on board with the 9. ducks down to the inside of the 95. He'll look to take that position away from him. That is a battle for 6th place. Coming out of turn 4, going to the tri-oval. Still single file for the most part up there. Up through the first 5 cars in the pack.
Yeah, it looks like Monkey Toucher still about 3/10 out. You got Ron Racing, 24, about a 10th out with Jose Ortega in the 3rd place. You got 4th CMA and Buford running 5th. I'll tell you, that 88 car, it wouldn't be surprised me if you catch the 88, the 9, 21, or the 3 in victory lane. Watching these guys
like
race.
The 9 car goes a little wide there up in the trial.
Oh, he did. It looked like he hit the wall a little bit there. And
lost about 3 positions, yeah.
Man, that's terrible luck. You know the toe end's probably knocked out of it. Who knows?
Well, the good thing it is early in the race, so he will have time to be able to capitalize on the error and be able to make the best of the opportunity as he goes too wide there.
Yeah, we're going to ride along right now. I'm with Ron Racing 24 in the Hertz yellow Chevy Camaro 24. Formerly drove by William Byron. Running 2nd. As expected through that turns 1 and 2, he's going to run a little bit higher of a line. Seems like they're where the preference is. And then on 3 and 4, you run a little bit lower.
Looks like they're running pretty congested there through turns 3 and 4. Almost 3 wide as the 24 still has a little bit of an edge over the 38 of Jose Protege. Follows closely behind, looks to possibly make a move out of the tri-oval. Tight battle there for position. And there he goes. 38 makes a move to the inside of the 24. Side by side down the backstretch. Tight racing as they go into 3. Can the 38 take advantage? Looks like he will. He'll take the inside line. 19 looks like he'll be following closely behind as they exit turn 4 to complete yet another lap here at Las Vegas.
Correct. I'm actually riding right along with the 19 right now. I think he's just sitting back waiting for a car to make a mistake, and then he is going to pounce. Man, he is a flawless race car driver, I tell you. I would not be surprised if you see this car in victory lane.
Looks like he has that Gibbs power on the inside with the 20 followed by him. 24 gets into the wall a little bit there as they're still side by side going into 3.
Yeah, it's a hard-fought battle right here, but I tell you who's loving it. That 11 car up there with Monkey 91, man, he's just pulling away little by little, 10th by 10th. And
yes, he is.
We'll see if they get single file so they can catch him. Man, I tell you, it is really stacked up back there behind CMA and that 19 and the 24. They're getting a little dicey. I don't know how long they're going to keep waiting or being patient. I know it's a long race, but still, we're human beings and we all have nerves.
Yeah, those nerves definitely can cost you, especially at a track like Las Vegas, where it's not Talladega where you get all the room in the world. Las Vegas is not the biggest track on the circuit, so you'll see guys going 3 wide, but sometimes it can cost them here hitting these aprons and these walls. But 19 making a move on the 24 here, possibly. 95 gets up in the wall. They're about to go 3 wide through the turn there.
Yeah, it looks like 24 is able to hold his position. I'm riding along now with Dave, who's currently running about, let's say, 8th. I believe he's running 8th. He's got the 21 Menards up on top, giving him a good run. We'll see if the 21 can clear him up here going into turns 1 and 2. I think he does.
He clears quarter panel, stays wide. Looks like the 3 still trying to hold that position on the inside. They're probably not going to be side by side coming out of this turn. It looks like the 21 is going to be able to clear him. Nice move by the 21.
Man, outstanding move.
Ordinary. He continues to make that run. He's got the 40 to the inside. Looks like he's helping out that number 95, but as the 3 car still tries him, he moves him out of the way a little bit of a nudge.
I think the 21 was trying to block him there. I don't know.
And a little early for that, but still a good move by the 3 to try to get under him, as now he's side by side with the 14 behind the 21.
I'm riding along with the 38. Jose Protege is caught the leader. Monkey 91 in that 11. Man, as he's driving hard, he's driving about the same exact line. I think he's just trying to stay in the draft at the moment. Perhaps he's going to have to do something different, though, to be able to pass the leader. We see it in real NASCAR. You got to run a different line than the leader to be able to pass him. Unless you do like Earnhardt and you give him a little bump. around they'll go, and nobody ever said
Oh,
anything.
a little bit cars in the wall there back in the back of the pack as they're still getting a little jumbled up. They keep it all straight, though, as we stay green.
Oh, wow. This is still a good battle for the lead right here as they're running single file 1st through 5th. As I ride along with the number 4 car Ford of Gibby 323.
Here comes the 38 making a move on the leader already as he's moved his way through the pack. He's inside of the 11 as they go side by side into turn 1. The 38 Ford looks to try to take the lead. Can he clear the 11 going through turns 1 and 2? He does. Can he swipe in front of him to keep that lead?
I think he's going to try the crossover right here. Oh, no, never mind. I thought he was going to try the crossover.
Oh, here he comes.
Uh-oh.
He's going to make that move down to the inside. Side by side again into 3. Interesting battle here. We have as the lead as the 38 looks to have an edge here on the 11 coming out of turn number 4. And he will take the lead away from the 11. Jose Protege to the lead in the 38 Ford.
I can tell you one thing. You know who's loving this? 3rd.
You're right.
Buford in that 20 car, he's been just climbing away, him in that 88. The 4's still lurking right there in 5th. Man, this is a really good battle.
Yes, it is. Definitely. As the 3rd place car behind the 11 looks to try to make a move. He goes wide on himself as 4th place continues to make up some ground as we have a new leader here at the beginning of the pack.
Jose Protege.
Looks like we already got a car out of the race. Bob Drool on pit road. And he has not made a move, so I'm guessing he is out for the night.
Yeah, as we coming across... I'm sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, I was going to say, we still got 70 plus laps left in this race, man. That must have been a big misfortune. Maybe we can get a pit report here soon.
20 makes the move on the 11 as the 11 continues to start to fall back. Maybe this strategy, maybe not to lead the race quite early and conserve his race wear. We'll see as the 20 and the 88 along with the 4 making that line on the inside work as they attempt to try to freight train the 11. Doesn't look like it's going to work fully, or might work here in turn 3. We'll see. As the 4 just follows behind. Now it's side by side between the 11 and the 88. 88 makes the move as that inside line keeps pulling away. 11 car keeps running wide there. 4 car tried to make up some ground.
I'm trying to think. I think they may be going under caution, it seems like.
They are under caution.
They are under caution, correct. Sorry to cut you off there, Gmar. My apologies.
You're good.
But they are under caution. I don't see anything in the pack unless they've already straightened it out and got it figured out. We'll look for some cars with some damage. 2 car look really clean. I don't know what happened. Must have blown the engine or something. 95 in the Ghostbuster, he looks somewhat clean. He doesn't look like he has any issues other than the phantom tires rotating outside the front.
Well, I can definitely tell you with the internet differential, it's pretty hard to see some damage. So us as commentators are definitely at a limited perspective. However, looks like they've gotten it straightened up as they look to make their first pit stops of the day. Strategy could be a factor here. We'll see as they come down pit road.
You know, I believe with not having stages, I believe every time you come to pit road, you got to get four brand new Goodyears and fill that thing up as much as you can get.
Oh, definitely. There's no arguing that. Tires are going to be a factor at a track like Las Vegas, where on worn tires, those cars can definitely slide through the middle of the turns.
Yeah. As we ride right now with Jose Protege as the lead car, making his pit stop. We'll see if he comes out with the lead or if somebody gambles with 2 tires.
Well, I think Jose definitely has an advantage with the way his pit stall is positioned. He's that first pit stall on the row, and he'll definitely use that to his advantage. He gets out first, as now the 4 car falls a little back, with the 20 taking second. It looks like the 88 taking third.
Man, I tell you, these guys are true professionals. Look at them. They're already picking their line they want to race in. I guarantee you they're lined up and ready to roll by the time they get to the start-finish line. Well,
And
depending on how
that 20's got a little bit of damage on that hood. I don't know if that maybe just be my screen, but that could have been reason to caution. We'll have to see, though.
Yeah, usually it's the cars in the rear, so we'll take a quick look. We got Fresh out, 4 back there. I'm trying to figure out, Crucial Gravity in the 18. He's running basically last right now.
And that 3 car's got a little damage on my screen as
Yeah.
well. So him
The
and
90
the 18, along with the 24, could have also been involved in that accident.
Correct. And the
Unfortunately, couldn't get a
95,
good angle.
yeah, then here they go. They're getting ready to go green now. 95 dropped to the back because he was the car that called the caution. Calls the caution. So we go green, green, green.
Looks like the 88 stalls up the pack there on the inside, so the 38's not going to have much drafting help going into turn 1, but he does clear the 20, so hopefully that doesn't affect him too much as they start to get single file only 2 turns into the first lap of the restart.
Yeah, I see a lot of patience from the drivers at the moment. Jose Protege still with the lead. You got the 20 car running second and Monkey 91 running third. I don't know if that's smart by the 11 trying to run a different line as leader because the draft is going to eat you alive right here. As we see the 88 get a big run onto the 11, drops to the bottom. 11 is running up about a car lane and a half higher. Has a good run coming out of 2. Gets into the wall. The 88 will make a good pass right here. And that was for third. As CMA also, he takes advantage of the 11 car hitting the wall. Man, it seemed like that 11 car, he just can't catch a good break now. He led him the most of the laps early, and now he's barely running the top 5.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing that's going right for him so far, but the most talented drivers are able to make something out of their cars regardless of the condition. And honestly, I feel like that he's got it in his mind that it is still early in the race. He's got some time to be able to fix some stuff with some pit adjustments and really just pitch strategy. So definitely not over for the 11 as he's still within striking distance of that leader.
Without running stages, how important is it to keep your car clean?
Well, definitely with my prior league experience, I will say keeping that car clean, especially with the damage turned on, it is a major factor in online league racing. I can tell you that one for sure. So pitch strategy definitely comes into play, while others might see it as taking the safe bets, such as 4 tires and full fuel, being really the key factor that keeps cars in a race. As look at the first 2 cars. They're starting to pull away from the rest of this pack as the 20 and the 38 lead it in here into turn 1. 38 throws a little bit of a block there. Might have got loose. We'll see. So the rest of the pack already starts to catch up with that draft and head of steam coming out too.
Yeah, they're basically running 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up there in the lead. Really single file all the way back to Crucial Gravity in the 18. As we see the different lines into the corners of the turns. Oh man, big run by the 38 right there.
The 28's got to run as well as they go side by side through the trio over here at Las Vegas. Remember that the drivers can use below that line right there, that white line coming through the front stretch. So we'll see who uses that, possibly as a fuel saver. I know the great Ned Jarrett used to say that the quickest way around the track is really the inside. So we'll have to see who takes advantage of that here at this Las Vegas Speedway.
And right now we got Jose Protege getting his back door or back bumper beat off by Buford, number 1972 in that 20. Man, they are really racing hard right here.
Well, how about that 88 making a run on the inside of the 20 there? He's staying along with this battle, so it could get interesting here in the next couple laps as he gets down to the inside of Buford. With a little bit of help from the 19, he gets shoved down the track, but that inside line really cranking it. We've seen that early in this race that inside line has definitely worked for a few drivers, while others still prefer the outside line. War Daddy, do you think we could see possibly a change in line as we see the inside line start to work? Or do you think it's just going to be which line has the most cars?
I think it's all about momentum, keeping with the draft. I really think that Heat 5 was really focused on drafting and being able to get big runs. Now, the problem is that causes a lot of accidents, in my opinion. I mean,
speaking of causing accidents, a little bit of bumper-to-bumper action here as the 88 gets around the 20, and so do the 19 and the 4 as they try to make the advantage. And look who's coming back into the picture, that 11 car, as he follows that inside line. Looks like he might have switched his priorities and has switched from the outside where he was running earlier back down to that inside line.
Yeah, I think it's wherever the cars are. If the leader is running middle of the track, that's where you need to be running. I feel like, to keep with the draft. As you can see, that first, second, and third are nearly nose to tail. They are, two car lengths back or between each other. But still, pretty much the same exact line all over and over.
38 continues to lead this race. Jose Protege showing why he belongs in this league as he continues to lead this race after taking the lead away from the 11 earlier. As the 88 is moved up into second, 20 still in third, 4 in fourth, and the 19 looks to hold off the 2 drivers behind him for fifth as we break back into single file action. A little bit of a contact with the grass there from somebody back there. Couldn't tell who that was. I think that might have been the 11 as he makes a move on the 14.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Just kind of watching this 4 right here. Him and the 20 kind of hooked up. They're not really racing each other, just still nose to tail. I really do think if you can stay with race cars and just run the line until they mess up, and then you can dive under them, get a good, clean, quick pass like coming off of 3 and 4. You know, I think that's the way to advance in this race.
You know, as you said that, the 4 car actually did just that as he gets around the 20. 20 looking to possibly put the crossover, or is he going to follow behind? Looks like he might try to follow behind as he goes a little wide. 4 car takes third.
Yeah, that's from what I'm seeing. You know, I would be trying to take, you know, high up on the wall, down the straightaways, and then I would try to drive it in with a good, you know, not an extremely deep arch like you would do Atlanta, but just a decent arch that'll get you to the apex of the corner and just let it ride.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of tracks that involve that almost of a diamond, if you will, hitting that apex, that turn, and shooting right back down so you can get that run off the turn. Definitely important in a lot of leagues, regardless of settings. It's definitely a good move as the 38 gets moved out of the way a little bit. 88 to his inside, looks like, as he tries to take the lead, but 38 resumes control.
Yeah, as we ride along right here with Central Flyway 13 and that 88 Chevy Camaro, sponsored by Cincinnati. A little bit in the wall. Oh, he got a little bump in the wall, correct. And as you see, the 88 is not running the same line when he is trying to pass that 38. He uses the same line only to use the draft, get a run, and then picks a different line when he has enough momentum to make the pass.
It looks like he's running a little wide. Almost hits the wall there as well, coming off a 4. He's been pretty quick all night. We'll see if he can use that speed to get around this 38, who has led the majority of this race so far, as the 4 car inches a little closer to that second position. We'll stay with this battle here to see if he can continue. As the 38 drives a little bit wide, they're definitely getting nice and I'd say passive aggressive, if you will. They're making moves.
I believe caution is out.
Caution is out.
We do have a car on the apron up here. Looks like the 21 All Ordinary. Not sure who the caution was on. Once again, we are missing all the action because the racing is so great in the front, it's hard to leave it.
Oh, definitely. Looks like the 11's got a little more damage on his rear bumper.
They're already coming to pits.
They've definitely been beating each other.
So a field runs approximately 30 miles. And if you got 100 laps left, that means you're going to have to pit at least. Do you think you could save 10 laps of fuel within 3 runs? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, with the way these guys have been holding speed, I don't think saving really is an option unless this field gets very spaced out. We'll have to see, though, as the race heads down the stretch, as the 38's still in the lead. I feel like you play it by ear at this point because, you know, I mean, it's still early in the race. You have to see what the rest of the field is doing. But we'll see a lot of guys taking their own strategies, you know, as we move on forward. As the 88 takes second, 38 in first, and can't really tell who there got third, but as the field's going to get...
that's Gibby 323 in third. Fourth is Buford. And fifth is 21 in All Ordinary. I think I would run... Every 30 laps, I would make sure I could last a whole tire run on my fuel, pit, and then when it come down to the wire, if I need to short pit, I would just take 2 tires and try to get a big gap. I think that would be my gamble. If I'm running 6th through 8th, you know what I mean? Something that definitely. You're not the fastest car, but if I'm a leader, I'm doing exactly what the leaders are doing. As they stack up ready right here, they're getting ready to go green.
88 pinches down the 38 there. Green flag is out, and we're back underway here at Las Vegas after our second caution of the day. They've been running pretty good. You know, I heard what you were saying about the the fuel runs being important, but I think the tires are just as important here too. Depending on which line these guys run, you can wear out the right front here pretty fast, depending on what type of slider or what type of setups you're using. So
Yeah.
hopefully these guys can pay attention to both at once. I know that's a pretty hard multitask, because the 4 car makes a move on the 38.
He does. He makes a big move, drops down to the bottom, gets right up there next to the grass as they're coming down through the tri-oval or short chute into turn 1, down onto the as close as they can and get to that white line on the apron. They kind of wash up the track a little bit. Are they going to give the 88 room? Yes, they did. That was a good. I think the 88 still got into the wall.
Yes, he did. He got a little bit bobbled, opened up the door, and look who's back into that picture like we were talking about earlier. That 11 car has moved his way from 7th position up here to almost 5th. Maybe taking 4th here if he can get past him. We'll see.
I think he's going to stay in line, and they're going to get past the 4 car up here. Well, the 4 car was able to jump in line. Got pretty lucky right there.
Everybody's
21 with a big run up
yes, he
on
did.
the high side. Maybe he's onto something there.
A couple of these guys already got damage. Other guys have kept their cars pretty clean. As the 21 gives a nice little shove to the 88. 9 car lurks right behind him, as we still got some pretty good side-by-side action deep into the pack.
Yes, it's side-by-side all the way through the pack. I'm running with Dave right now. Looks like he's running at the tail end of the field. Possibly, I think this may be strategy call. Looking at his car, it doesn't look... it is extremely beat up. No, that is not a strategy call. His car is wrecked.
You never know. We could see it possibly being a strategy call later on the race, just surviving, let everybody else make their mistakes and take the positions while you can. We've seen a lot of drivers in different leagues use that type of strategy after messing up a little bit early in the race or just getting caught into accidents. You never know, though. It could play into his cards later. We'll have to see, as the 11 goes a little wide there through the turn.
I think the 21 is going to determine who takes the lead right here. Who's he going to go with? Is he going with the bottom or the high side? Looks like he's going to go high side.
He's going with the high side.
We'll see if the 4 can get the run. If he can clear him by the quarter panel right here, he'll make the pass on the back stretch.
It's going to be interesting. We'll see what the 38 does. He's got a little bit of help on that inside, guys. That fast 88 car. Let's see, the 88 pinches up a little bit, trying to steal some draft possibly from that high-powered outside lane. And, that goes back into what I was saying earlier. It looks like that the drivers are relying on which line has the most cars, which can play a factor with draft at this track. I know this track, War Daddy, is definitely no Daytona, but drafting's still a factor here as we approach near halfway. Still not quite there, but the 4 car takes the lead with the 20 giving the little push. He swipes down to the inside. Brilliant move by Gibby 323.
Big move there.
That was a great move by him, and looks like the 20. Oh, he gets into the wall a little bit. They stack up. They keep it green.
Oh, the 4 car is loving this right now.
He slammed the door on him. It was a good move. As he starts to pull away a little bit, but you don't want to get too far in front, as that backpack will catch draft. We'll have to see. Right
now, it looks like he's got about a 0.4 of a second lead. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm anxious. I don't know. They're 2x2 behind him. He's got to love that. There's nothing better than 2x2 racing. Now, if they were single file, I would say they have a shot. But right now, they are no faster than that 4 car. If 4 car with clean air, he may be even faster.
Somebody just got shoved up to the outside of the track there, a little deeper into the pack. See who that was. I think that might have been possibly the 88.
88. Looked like the 88 was Central Fly 13, got up into the wall possibly. Maybe a little, maybe his nose got cut off a little bit. Couldn't really tell. Sucks because, I mean, he's been driving a pretty good race, I feel like.
Now, speaking of driving a pretty good race, the 38 has already dropped back down to 3rd, and he's fighting for position there for 4th, as the 88 gives him a little bit of a run for his money, as the 20 maintains 2nd, and that 4 car still has the 1st position.
88 into the grass. That's going to kill his momentum, as a 9 car in that Napa know-how gets a big run.
And it looks like he still has a good run there on the 38 as he tries to look low. Doesn't have it yet. We'll have to see if he can get back low off maybe a little bit of slipstream here coming down the backstretch. as the 38 maintains that third place spot. He's been blocking very well all night. Just ended up getting overtaken on a nice move by the 4 as they had double team for it. He touches the grass a little bit there as well. He's running the wheels off that car as the 88 gets a little bit in the wall there.
Correct. I mean, with coming around, they're going to have 87 to go. They've just now gotten single file. How many laps do you think it takes for them to catch the leader? If they stay single file,
much.
Are they going to stay patient enough?
Yeah, I mean, that 4 car is definitely starting to pull away, though. I mean, honestly, if they stay green, which I doubt they will, but if they do stay green, that could play into Gibby's favor, man. I'm telling you, he's running a clean race so far. He's let other drivers make the mistakes for him and be able to take advantage of that. Looks like a car gets shoved up there on the outside, but he starts to pull away. Ward, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the 4 car wants to see them get side by side behind him. He wants to see them use up their equipment. So if he can basically run his own race up there and stay unaffected, he'll have the car to beat. And I think he definitely does as he starts to take a couple laps in as he continues to assume the lead as leader.
Yep, correct. I think, man, I tell you, as the 4 car, when you're in the lead, you control the momentum of the race. I mean, especially if you're trying to stretch fuel. So, I mean, if I was the 4 car, I'm pushing it as hard as I can. And if I'm the 20 and the 88, I'm in line right behind him now. I'm trying to get away from everybody. I want to be the last car in line when it comes to the first line, so I can get the run to make the move to make the pass.
Well, speaking of making the pass, the 88 looks like he's making a pass on Buford. It's right along with him.
Man,
as he takes the second spot.
It's like I should be driving out there, you know what I mean?
Oh, man, I'm telling you. That 88, though, man, he fell back to about 5th position, and he climbed his way right back up, which definitely shows the fact that he has the speed to catch that 4 car. As the 4 car hits the wall a little bit, goes down into the tri-oval, he cannot block the 88. Speaking of which, he's going to take the lead.
I told you, right before 88 made that pass for third or for second, I was like, I want to be the last car in the first line. Now look at him.
What a shame. We were just talking about how the 4 had run a very clean race, and he makes a little bit of a mistake. It doesn't cost him too much as he drives right back up to the leaders as the 20 car trying to make a move on that leader as they are trying to go side by side coming out of 4. The 88 clears him, and he will maintain the lead coming around here for the front stretch to complete yet another lap. 4 car still lurks in striking distance in third, 20 still in striking distance in second, and that 88 car still in first. As now the 20 makes a move. Check that out, coming out of turn 2, taps that quarter panel a little bit, but can he get under him?
Jose, the protege, last place 24. Dave All and All Ordinary, I'm telling you, they're going to catch these leaders here soon. They're coming up. I mean, they're within 0.7 of a second right now of the lead pack.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That 20 car, though, man, he keeps getting his nose chopped off as the 88 continues to make great blocks on that front. We'll have to see if the 4 car can use that as an advantage. And I know you were talking about a couple of them cars that are a little deeper in the pack. That's going to play an advantage to them, too, as if these leaders can get side by side for them, it's going to basically just kind of be a positive in the reverse as they're going to catch up because of the lack of draft and the fact that they're using up their race wear quicker.
Yes, if I'm the 4, this is where you would be a tough decision. You're 0.7 out from the leaders. Do you push it and get to the leaders, or do you just maintain pace and wait for them to mess up? But what if they don't mess up?
I think you maintain pace. I mean, well, think about it. You got 80-something laps to go. You still have a couple pit stops to be able to decide what your strategy is going to be deeper into this race. Obviously, you can't commit to one strategy and then flip-flop it, but there's still a little bit of time to be able to make that decision. If I'm the 4 car, I'm riding conservative right now. The same thing could happen to the leaders what happened to him. They can make a mistake. I know you were talking about earlier in the race that we're all human. We make mistakes, and the nerves can get to you. So we'll see if the nerves can get to the 88 as he, so far, really hasn't had the nerves get to him. He's had a couple things happen to his car tonight and has been able to fight against it and been able to take that first position away from the 4 car off on-track incident.
I'll tell you, he's a fantastic driver. I mean, at Mid-Ohio last week, I know you weren't there, but he drove a hell of a race the first half. And then once the 21, looks like we're under caution.
11 car on the backstretch, a little slow on the backstretch
Yep.
apron. And he is basically fallen from grace so far, man. He has gotten into about 2 separate incidents and has fallen away from the lead.
The 4 car in the 38, this is during the caution too. Caution was already called. Big contact, big contact into turns 1 and 2 as they were trying to get woed up.
2 separate incidents. You know, I know you were talking about last week. You said that they didn't run any caution laps, correct?
Yeah, it was very few.
Very few. This race, change of plans.
Yeah,
But,
I know, right?
It's definitely been a great race so far, though. I'm definitely glad I've been able to see this, you know, as the 88 leads him into pit road. We'll see if pit strategy comes into factor like we were talking about, as every car that started the race is still in the pack except for 1 car.
Yeah.
You know. We've seen a couple good lead changes so far, too. It hasn't been one single guy dominating. There's always been somebody else to be able to make a move on the leaders. We'll see who gets out of pits first. A little bit of contact on the pit there on my screen.
Yeah, there's a bunch of contact. Central Fly 13 is actually spun around. He's just now getting the left rear tire put on. I don't know if that's actually going to affect his time or not, but no, it did not. He was only stopped for a moment. Looks like he's going to come out and possibly...
Yeah, he'll take first.
Oh, by a long shot. The 38 got killed because of the 4 car that got put up into the wall up there, trying to slow down for the caution. Man, 38's going to... Man, that's bad. You go in 3rd or 4th, come out 7th or 8th in pits. That's not a race-winning recipe. When I say you want a clean car, you want a car with no damage on it at the end of the race. Your pit stops will be faster.
Speaking of cars, you know, I know you're talking about unfortunate incidents. Look at Gibby. He fell all the way back to the back of the pack after that pit stop. Possibly maybe a speeding penalty, or did he wreck out of the exit?
Well, he was the car that got T-boned when the caution had already been called.
I got you.
So he took a lot of damage along with the 38 of Jose Proche.
Yes. You know, we were talking about the leaders and good pit stop strategy. Look who moved his way all the way back to 3rd after falling back in the pack a little bit. That 21 is he's going to take 2nd on the restart. We're back green here at Las Vegas as the 21 now takes 2nd place from that 20. The 20 takes 3rd, and the 88 still maintains that 1st place spot. Yep,
with 77 laps to go, the 88 at Central Fly 13 has the lead. Seems like he's got a great run coming on the curves or out of turns 1 and 2 into the entry of turn 3. At the apex and the entry of turn 4, coming to corner exit. Great drive off. 21 has nothing for him on this run. Tries a small little
we
cut
got
on.
car around. 24 around in the infield. Caution is back out on the racetrack.
Caution is going to be out. Wow.
Well, that's the first caution we were able to catch, man. I'll tell you, we've been
hurting
leaders all day.
Yeah, man, that was great. That was great. I know it's unfortunate to see a car wreck, but as far as film and being able to get good coverage, and you was able to tell me to shut up just in time.
And unfortunate for Ron Racing, as he'll try to make his way back up the field here. He's still got a little bit of time. How many laps do we have left, War Daddy?
I believe we're going to be coming to about 76 or 75, about 75 laps left, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah. Let's see who takes strategy here. Who will take those tires? Looks like everybody, except for it looks like the 12 stayed out. I think that's the 12, who will be the only car that stays out, picking the rubber he just got over there, guys. Big strategy call, though, by that Penske Ford.
I think running a 2 times on a race, the tires aren't as big of a factor, so I believe this is a great call. Track position, man. I don't know.
The fuel doesn't make that much of a difference.
And I say this because most of their tires are going to be 98, 99, 97% at minimum. So what are you really gaining? You know, this is one of those. I'm like, am I really gaining anything?
Well, if they stay green for a longer time, which they haven't really in this race. I mean, they've had 2 moderately long green flag runs. If they stay green, it will play a factor much later when we make those final pit stops. But for right now, that 12 car made a nice strategy call, in my opinion, to take that lead Actually, I didn't even see the 12 car really deep in the pack. I actually don't even know where he gained. Looks like he actually might be choosing the outside line here. Do they have a choose rule?
I believe they do have a choose rule.
Okay. Looks like he'll take the outside line. Different strategy there with how good the 88's been rocking on that inside line. I thought maybe he would take away that really that strength from the 88, but you know, we'll see. As ironically, last place is actually in first place.
Man, that is a great move if it sticks.
You know, how cool would it be to have the Pennzoil car win in the Pennzoil sponsored race? We'll see if he can. Green flag is back out. The 12 car in the lead after a brilliant strategy call as the 88 takes second with the 9 car close on his coattails, battling him for third. He gets a little wide. 9 car actually gets shuffled up a little bit, but he's able to maintain control as that 38 car has made his way right back up the pack.
Yeah, that was kind of an aggressive move with 74 laps remaining.
Oh,
big wreck. I got that wreck also. Looks like we do have a big spin on the back stretch.
Looks like it's that 3 car, Dave Lowe, as he continues to run into trouble. Our third caution within 5 laps. Absolutely ridiculous so far action, but it's been great action. And,
great. I can't complain one bit. I am loving this race.
I cannot complain at all. I'm telling you, man, this is the type of racing we love to see. You know, obviously not a wreck fest, but just close pack racing, you know, side by side, door to door, tire to tire, every man for himself. But we'll see if that strategy, maybe working with a couple guys, might come into play later. You know, as Jose Protege has moved his way back up into third position.
Place. Correct.
Man, he was back. He was back in that. And then after that, what was that? The second caution in that sequence. I think he fell all the way back to 6th or 7th.
Yeah,
but
7th,
now
I
with the
believe.
way these restarts, yeah, man, with the restarts, man, he's been able to play those into his hand like a deck of cards, and he's been able to work his way all the way back up to the top 3.
Oh man, you know, I've won a league race like that at Atlanta. I pitted, and then I eventually just stayed out, and eventually it got a green-white checker, and hell, I was able to win the race.
Oh, definitely.
Looks like everybody's going to be pitting as we ride along with All Ordinary in the 21 Ford Mustang.
You know, that 12 car, I was thinking about that strategy, you know, as that caution just happened and him not taking those tires. That played right into his favor. I think that's actually the best thing he could have had, because now everyone's on even playing field, including himself.
Yep, and
we'll see who gets the lead here. Looks like the 20. Looks like the 20 got the lead coming out of pits. New leader.
2-tire stop.
There's that 2-tire stop you were talking about, man. And the 18 right behind him. Check that out.
I don't blame him one bit. That would have been my exact call, too.
You know, I just realized those top 3 cars are all Gibbs Toyotas. Looks like a team strategy there, possibly. As the 18, the 19, and the 20, along with the 11 who's not far behind, they're all in that top 6.
I mean, it is a bunch of Toyotas up there.
It's a Toyota fest, man. I mean, look, even the 95 is up there, who's technically in a technical partner in the real NASCAR circuit. 12's still up there here in 4th, as we're going to come to get the green here.
Yeah,
man, it's been exciting racing so far, man. We'll see if they can get a long green flag stop this time, as we'll try it again for the 3rd time here in a row. But great racing so far.
Yeah, Buford gets a great jump at the start. As he drives down in.
That thing is crunched up, man.
Yeah, he's beat up, though, man. He's really beat up.
Looks like a wheel modified, almost.
Yep. Man, he had a hell of a jump, though, right there. I mean, he took all 3 car lengths from the 18. We'll see how that plays out, because I think the 18 is going to have a train behind him. Put it that way.
And we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see if that damage plays a part in the aero. I know a lot of these cars, they rely on drafting. So we'll have to see if maybe that hood damage plays a part into how fast he's able to travel around the track.
And I'm sure these guys aren't riding around with like 60% of their car tore up. Now they're getting it fixed. We just can't see it. Right.
Yeah, man, definitely. You know, I'm sure 704 Games will look to get that fixed here in the future. The 11 car rides a little high there. I don't know if he got shuffled up out of the pack or if he just ended up trying to pick the high line, the Harry Gant line, or if you will. See, the 12 car gets moved out of the way. The 38 now puts his way back into 4th, possibly in the 3rd.
That's a great race right there. He is coming back strong. He is a man on a mission. Oh, he gets a little nudge right there.
He's got a little help though from that 21 car. Yep. Who's also been up there in the field. We've seen so many lead changes. A lot of these guys have led a lap. I mean, that's what we want to see.
I mean, as they're going 3 wide at the start-finish line for 2nd or 3rd right there. God, they're in a gaggle.
Look at the 4 car trying to capitalize. He fell all the way back into the pack, and now he's not that far behind the leader.
Man, I tell you, in that turn right there, they're like the flying V off of Mighty Ducks right there. There's one in the middle, 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside.
Oh, man. Look at that leader, though. That 20 car is starting to pull away.
Oh, he's loving it. He's loving it. He's like, race hard.
That's what he wants to see. That's what I would want to see as a leader, man. I'll tell you, I raced in a couple leagues here and there, and, I know racing with you, Ward Valley, I think that's a common preference, if you're the leader. You want to see those guys side by side using up their cars, man.
Yeah. I tell you, I don't know if that 18 is holding everybody up or if the 20 is that fast.
I think the 20 is just because he's in that
clean
I don't
air.
think
so. I think 38 said, I've had enough. Get out of my way.
Let's see if they can... Oh,
big wreck. Big
Caution
wreck.
Is out. Big wreck. The biggest wreck of the night. A few drivers through the grass trying to avoid that one. That was a pretty bad accident. The 95 gets involved.
Yeah, 19. I'll tell you where all that started was the 18 looked like he was about a step behind everybody. That's just my opinion. The 38 got a run, and he maybe tried to block it a little bit too late, or maybe the 38 got a little too aggressive. I couldn't tell. It just looked like a racing move, to be honest with you.
Definitely. I think it was a racing incident, and indeed, I think they might have just he may have tapped the apron. I didn't really see it. Unfortunately, we don't have instant replay. I would really love if this, game had instant replay.
Oh, man.
If
we were like Madden.
I'll tell you. Oh, my gosh, man. Even the old NASCAR games, NASCAR by EA Sports used to have instant replay. Possibly a feature that we could see in future NASCAR games come back, but we'll have to. Only time will tell.
All right, real quick. Jimar, I want you to tell everybody about yourself. Like, this guy has so much knowledge, and, he's not that old. How old are you?
I am 18 years old.
18 years old, and I promise you, he knows more NASCAR than 90% of NASCAR fans. I mean, you can ask him any question you want. You know what I mean? He's that knowledgeable. Great kid. Where are you from, Jimar?
I am from the great state of New Jersey. Others might not think of it as that great. Not even a big NASCAR state. Actually, no NASCAR tracks are actually in New Jersey besides Millville Motorsports Park. However, though, the former NASCAR circuit at Linden Airport, where the only Jaguar to actually win a NASCAR sanctioned race actually took place.
Wow. Well, the 18's got...
I'm telling you, man, the 18 and was it the 20 or who was he side by side with in the pits?
I couldn't tell who he was side by side with in the pits. I wasn't
just
able
watched
to
the
catch
38
it.
though drop deep into the pack. Maybe he was the one that caused that accident.
I
He's
think
way
so.
back there.
I told you. I was like, somebody. I knew it was probably him being a little too aggressive.
Well, speaking of aggressive, look who's in the lead. That 18 car.
I think they're going to penalize the 18 too.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
I tell you
so what's
what,
gonna happen? Is he gonna drop deep in the pack, or how's that work out?
They're gonna drop to the back of the pack and be the last car on the lead laps. Yep.
This is the first pace lap we've had to have multiple.
Yeah, this wasn't surprising on my end. If any of them were
was a big accident.
Yeah, it was a big accident. The 38 made an aggressive move. He understood. Hopefully he understands that, but, he's fast. I imagine he'll still pull a top 5 out.
You never know. I'll tell you from experience being, I'm sure you know where Daddy is. We've raced in a couple league races together. Aggressiveness definitely can either play into your hand or it can it can really turn on you, depending on league rules or really just the situation in the race.
Yep.
Obviously, you never want to see somebody end up getting wrecked for, an innocent, as an innocent bystander. But
yeah.
we'll see if
Sometimes
maybe
you get collected though. That's racing.
that is racing.
All right, we're getting ready to go green right here.
And these drivers, looks like the 20, another great restart. He'll pull
Great
away.
restart.
Wow. Great restart as he'll try to clear the 2 cars behind him. Looks like he will. Man, he already pulled away such a gap. I think that 20 has really shown tonight that restarts are definitely his forte as he comes around turn 2.
Oh, a little nudge by the 4 and the 9. Gets into the 21. Oh, we got a big wreck. Big wreck. Oh, looks
14,
like
the 19,
14
9
hit
dips
hard.
low.
Crown Royals hard into the wall. I hope he's okay. Oh, goodness. All right.
Them lower walls don't have a lot of safer barrier. There's a little bit down there. I know NASCAR's been mandating more safer barriers with these tracks ever since that Michael McDowell impact at Texas, which actually, that was 12 years ago to the day, I think actually yesterday, when that occurred in qualifying in that 00 COT car. That's why they actually switched away from them COT cars, because of incidents such as that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you're a league owner right now, or you're a league chairman, board member, whatever you want to call it, now you're getting into this race, you can only imagine the tempers right now that are going on in that chat. What are you telling your guys? Because they're looking at you right now saying, hey, something's got to,
Something's got to change, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Not as in change as in like format or anything, just people need to calm down just a little bit. So,
I know you race in the truck league that I own, the Yafme Truck Series. I definitely have that experience as a league owner, and I can tell you from the standpoint of hearing drivers' perspectives and knowing both sides, being a driver in a couple leagues and also the owner in one, it definitely varies by situation. I know in this race we've seen a lot of guys get very aggressive with blocks. Obviously I don't know what the situation is up in the headquarters of this league, but I can tell you there's probably a common understanding that there's always going to be a reaction to every action. So we'll have to see how that factors into decision making here. But it's been a great race so far. I'll tell you, as the 20 already pulls right out of pits, he'll have the lead. Looks like the 24 will take second. Check that out. The 24 who had fallen back in the pack so early in the race, and I was saying that Ron would definitely have a shot to redeem himself. He's already back up into the top 2.
Yeah, it's, as I'm riding along with Jose Protege, currently running 12th, and his guy's been in the top 5 all race. Man, just a series of unfortunate events. Looks like they're getting ready to rack them and stack them and get them ready to ride. As we're coming into turn 3, they're getting double file. So we're getting ready to go green.
You know what I just realized? That 18 car who had to drop to the back of the pack at that previous caution, he's already back up into the top 3. So definitely pit strategy playing a factor.
Yep, you got to, make up for your mistakes. As we get ready to go, we're going to ride on board with the 20 in his beat-up Stanley Toyota Camry. So we get ready. They're going to come to the restart line. Obviously, he gets to jump first because he is the leader. And you can't pass him till you get past the start-finish line. Oh, he gets a slow start.
Not necessarily. He was able to stay up with the lead, but we'll see if the 11 goes down to help the inside lane or the outside lane. As the 20 still able to keep his lead, just not as fast as a restart. I know you were saying that. Not as fast as a restart, though, as his previous 3 starts.
Yeah, and I think the 24 checked up just a little so he wouldn't pass him at that start-finish line.
I think that 3 car got in the wall back there from that stack-up, as the 38's still back there as well.
Yeah, I'm riding along with the 24, Ryan Racing 24.
And 3 car in pits, guys. Dave Lowe continuing to have on-track woes, if you will, as he's down pit road. He might lose a lap here.
Oh, he's probably going to lose 2 laps if he's fixing damage. The only reason why you would pit right now is to fix damage and hoping you get your laps back on the back end.
Yeah, I had seen him on that outside lane. I didn't really get a great angle of it. Well, from what I saw, that outside line stacked up a little bit. Somebody went up to go make a block. I couldn't tell who. but he ended up just being the innocent bystander, like I was talking about earlier, that just did not benefit from the aggressive maneuver.
Yeah, it seems like these guys are starting to settle down and get back single file line. You know, in racing, caution breeds cautions, and we had quite a few right there back to back. But it seems like all the drivers have, you know, took a couple of breaths, made a couple of laps, got back in the grooves, and running, you know, fairly clean race at the moment.
Just 3-car exits pit here. As he finally got his damage fixed. Oh, he's back into the pits. Looks like he actually has had it, and he will park it for the race. The second car to call it a night.
Yeah,
as
I think,
saw him exit the pits, but looks like he took it right back to the garage. As that Austin Dillon number 3 will head right back in.
I mean, multiple accidents today. I can't imagine how bad that car was beat up. And sometimes, you know, the crew chief calls it a day, tired of fixing it, it's tore up, you know, and there's nothing left to gain.
I was going to say, he had been in the back of the pack dealing with a lot of different accidents that he had gotten involved into. And sometimes as a driver, I know how it feels, man. You just call it a night. You've had enough, and you know what? You take your losses and you move on. And I feel like that, you know, if he has the right mentality, he'll come back next week even stronger, and he'll be able to make something of that team. And, you know, I definitely can tell he's put all his effort in. As 20 car gets a little loose here in the lead. He's down in the grass.
Into the grass he goes. The 24 is going to have a big run on the high side, and he's going to take the lead.
Check that out. The 24 who had fallen all the way back into the pack earlier, he has come back with the 95 as well in second, as those drivers have made a comeback towards the lead.
Watch the 18 get a big run right here on the 20. He's going to go in the bottom half of the racetrack, and he is going to clear the 20, I believe, coming out of 4.
Actually, 19 got a nice run.
Oh, wow. 19 has help from behind, and that does help the 19. He gets a good run and comes to the start-finish line.
How many laps we got to go, War?
Oh, I'll tell you in just a second. Got to let my lap counter get around. All right, we have about, coming to the stripe, we'll have 53 laps remaining. So we're just on the little plus side of 50. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty where track position means everything, and fresh tires are like God. So sit back and let's enjoy the show.
Speaking of lap counter, how do you? I'm a little new to this technology thing on this game. How do you get the lap counter to work?
All right, so it's not something that works like, well, I'm watching somebody else's stream on my
I got you.
So I know what laps are what and vicinity of where everybody's somewhat running. So that's how I'm able to.
Speaking of running, we have a new leader.
Yeah. Oh, we do have a new leader in the 95.
Man, that 95, man, he took what he could get out of it and took that lead away from the 20, man. I'm telling you, he's been back in the pack all day waiting his turn. You know, that's like what we were talking about earlier. Some of these guys are going to bide their time and, you know, have patience through the entire race, and he's been basically the premier example, striking when it really matters the most as we get near 50 to go.
Yeah, as 21 gets a big run on the 20, moving to the outside as he riding up on the wall. Drives it down hard into the apron, or not in the apron, but into the apex, right on the white line, as he takes over second, coming to the start-finish line. Got the 95 in the lead, but he has a train behind him, 21 looking low. 21 felt like he had he had a run, and he had to take it. You know, it's that time of the year.
Oh my gosh, an amazing move. He'll take the lead. Check that out. All ordinary. He's seen his time in the lead earlier, but he's got it right back as that 21 Ford Mustang is going to take the lead away from that Toyota Camry. A little bit of a lag, though. 95 around.
What happened? Big lag by
big
the
stack
20.
up.
Oh,
bunch of cars.
Oh, it's a big wreck. Big wreck. I imagine that's going to be yellow. 24 involved. It looks like the 11.
The 11 looks like the 95.
19.
19 definitely. I seen
Crown
him get
Royals
involved. That was
tore
a 4
up.
or 5 car stack up there, man.
Yeah, it looked like there was a lag by the 21 of All Ordinary that actually caused that. You know, that's a gaming deal now. Whether they make him start at the back of the pack, I guess that'll be something we'll have to see. I mean, you can't really, you know
what's the?
You know what I mean?
Oh, somebody just dropped out. Looks like.
Yeah.
Saw somebody disappear. I don't know if that maybe was just my screen or. Oh, we have a car around the apron.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the
18.
18. Yeah, it looks like we have the 3. He looks like he's exited the race. I believe there's another car.
I think that's the 12.
4.
I think the 12 car actually dropped. Yeah, the 4 car as well. Check that out, man. 2 top contenders that. Oh, the 88 looks like he dropped out. Oh my gosh. I saw him disappear on my screen. I don't know if he's still driving on pit road or not
Yeah,
for
I see a
you.
bunch of cars. I'm just gonna wait, see what it stacks up, and because I see a lot of cars on pit road. I had the 8 and the 9, the 95, the 24, 19, 14, 11, 9, all coming to pit road right now. We'll see who exits. As we do have a car on the track, the
Looks like that
21
21.
of all ordinary.
Man, crazy turn of events though. Oh, I have no idea what's going on here. The 38's back on track.
Yeah, you got the 14, 19, 11, 9, 24. The 4 still.
Man, what's going on here, man?
38's on track. 12, 88, 20, 18.
Oh, car just drove up into the wall. What happened to the race? I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Interesting turn of events here at Las Vegas. We apologize for the inconvenience, but
Oh, they're going to reset the room. Okay.
okay.
All right,
So
they're
I
going
guess
to
we're
reset
backing
the
out of this
room.
one.
Yeah, we're going to be backing out of this one.
Okay, so what's the ruling here? So how does this situation work when they reset the room here, War Daddy?
I think they're going to put it on the lap counter, maybe run 25% race, since that's about where they were at. I'm going to ask, but if I'm thinking they're going to run a 25%. Start where you're at. I mean, pretty much every car was on the lead lap, so.
Yeah, interesting turn of events there though. I was definitely called off guard. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I'm gonna as soon as I. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, aka we're going to figure out what's going on, and we'll get back right with you. Looks like they are going to be running a 25% 2 times race. Um, we'll set the starting order, I'd imagine. They'll do 1 lap. So there'll be 67 laps left in the race of Las Vegas. A lot of problems with lagging. We know the 704 servers aren't great, but they decided, you know what, we'll call the race at halfway and then rerun the second half. Obviously,
10-4.
yeah, obviously where you finished the first half of the race doesn't matter. They don't have stage points or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely interesting turn of events though, as they try to get everything refired up here after a series of a couple cautions there.
Yeah, we'll just call this a rain delay. This is what this will be. Rain delay. It happens in real NASCAR. It can happen in the
It
game
happens
too.
in here.
You know what I mean? We got windshield wipers and blinkers. We're ready to roll. Sometimes I'm a fan of this. I've lagged out of races the first 4 or 5 laps, and some leagues say, you know what? Oh well. Some leagues don't. I mean, personally, um, I feel like you can always work around stuff. You know what I mean? You're not gonna
Oh,
make
definitely.
you're not gonna make everybody happy, but at the same time, you can make it as fair as possible. But at the same time, you don't want to just hand participation trophies out. You want everybody to have the equal opportunity, but some guys are going to be better than others. That's just the way it is. That's life, man. No, darn.
Beautiful words of wisdom from the veteran himself. Oh man.
uh, man, So right now it's still on pause as I'm watching Jose's um, stream. So I have multiple invites. So if I mess it up again, I can always re-add you.
I know how you were talking about how in life you always have to make the best of it. I think the other key factor when dealing with problems is to be able to have quick problem solving, and I think that you've done a great job tonight, especially with that, trying to work around the kinks and being able to commentate this race. And I've definitely had a blast so far as we
Man,
get to the closing stages here.
oh yeah, man, this has been a ton of fun. I like doing this. Like I like to race, and when I want to be, I can be pretty, fairly competitive.
No, definitely.
But I find myself a lot of times, you know, 20 laps in a race and don't even care if I finish another lap. But I can sit there and watch somebody else's stream for an hour on my phone. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, definitely.
but yeah, I guess I done got a little lazy with it. I don't know. Um, all right, they're starting. So, all right. All right, I'm sending you an invite right now. Please tell me you got the invite.
Yes, I did. Also, just got a bunch of Discord messages at once. Well, I think we're accidentally here in the lobby, though. Oh, never mind. We're good.
Yeah.
Same issue as last time.
But we're a lot sooner this time. So I think they're going to rack them and stack them and do a manual restart right here. So we'll have plenty of time to get in here. Yeah, they coming down pit road right now. As we follow the 4 and the 12 down pit road, last place 24 and the 12, Menards, Ford Camry, and that Penske, Ryan Blaney. I like Ryan Blaney a lot. I think he's a good race car driver. I think he's a little bit aggressive when he doesn't need to be, but he seems to cause some problems. But overall, I think he's a good race car driver. Gmar, for you, who's your favorite on the circuit right now?
In real NASCAR or in this league right now?
Real NASCAR. What's your favorite circuit?
I definitely am probably not the first to say this, but I am excited to see Kyle Larson get back out on the track in 2021 for whatever team he'll be driving for. I think it's definitely interesting to see Michael Jordan get his hand in racing with Bubba Wallace driving the 23. That'll be an interesting team to watch. But I gotta tell you, some of these older drivers that have been experienced for quite some time. The Busch brothers have always been a group of guys that have been my favorites for quite some time. And if we go back a little bit, even before a couple of these guys, I know my favorite driver ever, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Definitely was my favorite driver for the longest time. So in recent years, it hasn't really been more of picking a favorite driver to watch, but more or less really just a general action. So,
yeah, that's how I've been too. I was a very big Jeff Gordon fan. Since he's retired, I just like watching the races. You know what I mean? I pull for the underdogs. It looks like we're getting ready to go green.
Yes, we are.
All the 21 all ordinary. It leads them to the green flag. Looks like he's about half a car length ahead of the 20. He's going to stay in the middle of the low line. Drives it hard down into turns 1 into turn 2. Half gap back to second. Clears second. Up to the wall. 20 with a crossover. It's going to be side by side going into turns 3 and 4.
They're still side by side through the pack as the 20 continually trying to make that move. And the 21 dips in front of him. He'll clear him.
Yeah, I'm going to watch just a couple of spots back right here. We got Crucial Gravity in the 18, currently running 5th. He's right behind the 88. In front of him's the Ford. You got obviously the 12, 24, I believe, and the 21?
And it looks like it.
Yeah, they're all single file. I think everybody's had a
The
chance.
18 dipped down below the 88 though.
Oh, every time
We'll
I say
see.
single file, I just don't.
They always don't.
I just don't understand how you can get a big enough run, unless you work on it
Oh, a
for.
little bit of contact between the 40 and the 88.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice. No, racing happens. It happens.
Well,
As
it's late in the
that
race, man. You gotta make your moves when you can get them.
As you can tell, the 88 and 4 have very good respect right there. They give each other a nice little touch right there. Give each other plenty of room in the corner, though. That is well-respected racing.
Oh, he's off the apron a little bit.
Uh-oh, Ford drove it in there a little hard. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, man. I was on it earlier today, but not so well
14
anymore.
makes a move on the 18. They're getting a little stacked up here.
Oh, big run by
They keep it green.
Man,
It's been a great race so far.
This is fantastic racing at the moment.
Oh, man.
With, I know for sure they're going to have to stop at least one more time. I think if you're right now, you're going to stretch your fuel until you know you'll be good for the last leg.
You know, I wouldn't even be focused on leading the race at the moment. I'd be focused on keeping my car out of trouble. So if a guy makes an aggressive move on you and you don't have to risk blocking them, don't. You know,
absolutely.
I'd say keep the position in the top half of the field and then make your move right back when you can get it. You know, it doesn't look like anybody's pulling away at the moment. So I mean, you know, you're not really losing too much. Yeah,
you got to understand that, you know, with the draft and things, you have to be in line. If you're not in line, you're getting passed.
Oh, definitely.
As you can see, I'm riding along right now with the 19. The 95 made a move on the 24. The 38 decided to go with the 24. Got them back side by side. Then he went back down to the 95, and the 24 got to run to pass the 95. I know that sounds a little confusing, but the 38 switched lanes for no reason. He should have just stayed in the lane with the most power and, you know, kept running it.
You never know. I mean,
the 24, 95 make contact 95 into the wall. That's going to send him all the way back to last, all the way back to 12th place, I believe. I'm sorry, correction, 13th place.
Well, technically not last place, as we got a couple cars in pit, but definitely last place in the running order is not the best position to be unless there is a caution. So we'll see if he possibly gets that caution. As we've actually had a couple different groups of cars now. They're actually starting to spread out from each other. It looks like we have that front pack and then groups of twos and a little bit of a three pack in the back of the pack here.
The front pack looks like a soccer formation, like a 1-1-3-1 or something crazy like that. You know, or 1-3-3-1 or whatever. But
speaking of three, they were three wide all the way through that turn. Yeah, man. We're having some great racing, man. This is what I love to see. You know, obviously my first time commentating the race, you know, in an online league, and I'll tell you right now, I've had a blast doing it. As the 21 and the 20 continue to battle with each other here for this lead position, and there's that 4 car again. He's in third, as he looks like he's going to try to capitalize off their mistake as they've distanced themselves just a little bit, but not too much where he's out of striking distance.
Yeah, I think most guys are just going to be riding right now. I don't expect you to be pushing extremely hard. You're just trying to maintain pace. You know what I mean? If you set yourself a goal at the beginning of the race, and be like, hey, I want to be within 2 seconds of the leader by the last pit stop, I'll have a chance to do something. You know what I mean?
Looks like the 20 making a move already, though.
And the 4 making it 3 wide.
And the 4. Almost. He almost got 3 wide. He couldn't make it stick.
Now, if I was second, I would protect the wall. So coming out of corner exit, I'm going straight towards the wall. Or, you know what I mean? That is the angle that I'm going to take. My trajectory is going to put me towards the wall. Maybe not the case in the front straightaway because it is a slight curve, but definitely on the back stretch.
You know, the other thing I was going to say that might actually affect your trajectory coming around this track, like I said before, it's those setups, man. I'm telling you. Does this league run customs, or do they run sliders?
It's preset sliders.
It's preset sliders. So you have guys on the even playing field, but even those slight adjustments off those sliders, they're going to make a difference of how your car is going to handle off the turn. We've seen a couple guys get in the wall, and others been able to keep their cars pretty clean. It's just a matter of what type of car are you running? You know,
Yeah.
what stuff do you got under that hood? You know, like how loose is that car going to be coming off the turns? You know, I think that is a big factor. You know, like you were saying with Racing Line, I think that's a big factor. You know, with how loose your car is. If you have a tighter setup, your car is going to last a lot longer into the run than some of these other guys that are looking for speed early on.
I mean, but that's the game you got to play.
Oh, definitely.
Personally, I think it's easier to make up ground on short runs, but on a long run, you can really extend ground a lot better.
You know, I'd hate to be the commentator that jinxes it, but I think if we stay green, I think one of these first 5 cars is going to take the win because they are all grouped up there. They pulled away from the rest of the field. Really, we haven't seen that all night as well. We've seen pretty close action through the entirety of this race, but now we've had this group of 5 cars really just start to pull away.
Yeah, I'm riding about 10th place right now in the 95 Ghost Whisper. Oh, I'm sorry. CMA is running 10th. But seems like everybody is single file, but it's going to be hard to make any ground up with no draft. You know what I mean? You don't have 3 or 4 cars running together. You're going to be extremely slow compared to others. So unless you hook up with a couple of your buddies and you're running 6th to 10th right now, I think your race is pretty much settled on having a top 10. Unless somebody gets a speeding penalty, you can sneak your way into the top 5.
The first 2 cars have pulled away. It looks like the 4 finally caught that draft of that fellow Ford Mustang of that 21. We got a car on pit road. Looks like that could be. You said we got 30 laps for a green flag run. That could be the deciding pit stop. We'll have to see if that short pit might help him.
I don't think so. We'll see.
You don't think so?
I don't.
Why is that?
Because just imagine if you short pitted right now, that means you're banking on a caution or something that happened between the time that you get back on the lead lap versus the time you have to pit again. If you stretch your fuel this time around to where when you fill up, you're going to be plus say 2 laps. So you're 2 laps to the good. You don't have to worry about saving tire or really saving fuel. It's really all about managing your tires after that. It's one less worry.
Yeah, that is true. But with the way these guys have been running side by side, even though they're really only in groups of 2, it's quite possible, man, because the 4 car, I'm telling you, I've been watching this battle for the lead the last couple laps between the 4 car and the 21 car. They've been running pretty tight together, and you might see one of these guys bounced off this wall in the next couple laps, and that fuel strategy that we were talking about, that might come into factor.
Yeah, I know. If I'm in this race and I'm running first through 5th, I am definitely trying to just make it on one more stop. There's no other way to win the race. I really don't think. Whoever comes
4
out,
car makes him
4
move
car's
a little
got
bit.
a big.
Couldn't get there though.
Oh man, 4 car's really on him right now.
I told you,
with
I
all
think,
ordinary.
As much as I don't want to say it, and like I said before, I don't want to jinx it, but if there's going to be a caution, I feel like it's going to be a battle for the lead because those guys are running neck and neck with each other as that 4 car has been all over the back bumper of that 21. And it's been great racing as the 88 has actually pulled away from those 2 guys behind him. He looks to try to set sail on the leaders. Let's see if he can catch him, but I don't know if he's got enough draft.
I really don't think he's got enough draft. I do think it's going to bull down now. It's starting to look like it. That 21 and 4 and possibly 3rd place are going to be the guys that are going to have a chance to win this race at the end. I wouldn't be surprised. I think I called the number 21 early before I started. I might have even been broadcasting. It may be on there. But I was like, man, he's going to be hard to beat because last week he drove a heck of a race. And road courses are no easy feat. And if you're good at road course, you're usually pretty good in the oval.
I can't say the same about guys like Robbie Gordon, but there are a select few drivers that can be good at both. I'll tell you that, man. Oh, look at that 4 car, man. He is getting all sorts of runs in this 21, man. I think it, I was saying it was going to be between those top 3. Unless something drastic happens between those front 2, I think it might be between the 4 car and the 21 coming in here. How many laps we got left? Do you know off the
Yeah,
lap count?
I'll give you one in just a second.
Oh, the 88 just dropped down the pits. Another fuel taker. So now the front 2 cars are really pulled away from the field, as now there's a bigger separation between second and third.
Well, if you see 3rd through 6th or 7th right there, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, they're all in a line right there.
And that 4 car just tried making a move on the 21, couldn't make it stick off turn 2. They were side by side just for a second. But that 21 got a nice outside run.
Jose, I'm going to ride along with Jose Protege. He's currently running 6th, just outside the top 5. Correction, he is in 5th. He made the pass just about on the straightaway, I guess you would say. As he's coming up to the 12 car. It looks like he's a little bit quicker, I'd imagine. He had a top 5 car earlier today, and I know he wished he was battling for the leaders. So I think he's just trying to run it a little bit hard, but not crazy hard, and just hope for the best.
And that 4 car and the 21 have really created a gap with between them and the rest of the pack with the way some of these guys have made pitch strategy. I'm telling you, man, I'm starting to think it really is going to be between these two. They've just shown so much speed and so much resiliency as they've mostly survived a lot of these incidents that have happened on track, man. I'll tell you, kudos to them.
Yeah, man, and it comes back to having track position and then being able to be in that top 3 or 4, to be able to pull away, because everybody else is going to stay side by side much longer than the top 4 cars.
I think it's crazy how much a race can change in the course of, the entirety of the race. I mean, in the beginning of this race, we were seeing the 11 car pulling away from the field. Then it was, the 88. Then it was like, it just kept changing and changing. Then we saw the 12 make a pit strategy move, and he took the lead, and then the 18. It's just so crazy, the amount of lead changes and the amount of different drivers that have been up. And we've seen these guys, bide their time in the back of the pack. It's just, it's crazy to see the difference of strategy there, I mean,
it is crazy. Right now, All Ordinary still out in that lead. I mean, do you expect
he's
him?
Slightly pulled away.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the 4 is trying to save. I mean, I think if you're talking a long shot winner, I really think Jose Protege is the long shot right now, because he is sitting in 3rd. He is only 3 seconds out from the leader, so it is manageable. If you play it right. There's 40 laps left.
Of a race, in the closing laps of the race, I would hate to be the leader, because the nerves can get to you. I'm not afraid. I'm not going to be I'll be the first to admit it. I have choked my fair share of races from the lead. I've watched myself in a couple truck races. I've seen myself at Watkins Glen a couple occasions where I've choked the lead.
Leaders pitting right now as we speak.
Whole
Leaders
group of cars pitting.
Whole group. Maybe they knew they weren't going to make it.
The 21, the 38, the 12, the 9, and somebody else. I don't know who. Oh, the 95. The 95. So there's a couple different cars. Looks like 5 of them that came down the pits all at once. This could be the deciding pit stop right here.
Actually, they're going to have one more after this. There's just no way. There's just no way you weren't able. Guys weren't able to save enough. I'll put it that way. They weren't able to save enough.
Well, regardless if this is the final pit stop or not, this could be the deciding one. As the 38 gets off first, check that out. There's your long shot decision there.
We'll see.
Man, it's getting interesting. 38's going to make his way back out on the track.
Yep, 95 coming off now. Ghost Whisperer 2010. In that Ream.com Toyota Camry, driven by Christopher Bale. So he comes onto the back straightaway.
He'll pull out there. So he gets out of the pits now. So once the rotation comes all the way through, depending if we have a caution or not, that 38 car might be the one in the lead. as
Well,
long as he can hold his ground.
right now, he's trying to chase down the leader. Leader is technically the 14 of Crown Royal Dad. He has not pitted yet. Actually, he comes into pits now. As
So
we
now the
speak.
38 will assume that lead spot and has a good distance between him and second.
I don't think that's a 38 car. I think that was somebody else. The 38 is currently running 5th, and he is technically trying to get his lap back, I guess you would say. Or he just got it back when the 14 pitted.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think the field still has to rotate. I believe it will be the 38 if he gets his lap back here. I think he's going to be the one that's going to assume the lead because of that pit exchange. We'll have to see though. You'll have to let me know. Obviously, I'm commentating a little bit blind here without the scoreboard.
I got you. I'm checking it now. We'll see. We're going to be able to see it right now. If you stay on with the actually, like I said, Jose Protege running second.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to right now. He is trying to catch the 14.
See, now I'm starting to think: did the 14 gain multiple laps from that pit, or is he? Because I'm watching him right now. He's trailing the 11 at the moment. And this feels like the North Wilkesboro incident with the 26. Man, we can't tell track position.
Yeah, so the 38's leading. All right, you got Central Fly 13 and the 88 in second, 1.1 behind, 34 laps remaining.
Okay, so I was correct. The 38 did take the lead.
You are correct. I'm sorry. That was my bad. All ordinary in third, 1 second out. Buford and Gibby right now battling for 4th and 5th.
I don't think the 38's going to have enough tires unless there's a caution that comes out here, man. I think that's what he's banking on for there to be a caution. But because he got out of the pit so fast, I believe he might have taken 2 tires with the way that.
All ordinaries all over him right now. All ordinaries doing everything he can to try to get around him. You're battling for the lead.
He needs a caution in the worst way, man. He needs it in the worst way. But they've gotten stacked up back together, so that could be a factor to maybe see if that 88 can make a push towards the lead.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think the 21, man, I think he's just going to be a tad. Oh, as the 88 gets into the 38.
I did see that. The 88 car made a nice move to the inside, just made a little bit of contact.
Oh, then he cuts his nose off and gets him into the wall. Maybe that'll bring out the caution. We'll see.
Are we staying green? I can't tell.
No,
I don't know.
I can't. It does look like we are staying green.
Man, caution will be interesting at this time in the race. I'll tell
you
that.
It would be very interesting. I think they're going to stay green. Looks like they are staying green. All ordinary in the 21. Menards, Wood Brothers, Ford. Jose Protege still running. He just got passed by Central Fly, so he's running probably about 5th. We got Gibby and Buford, and then that 88 obviously trying to catch the 21 right now.
Man, if you're in the 88, I've been in that position a couple times as well, in second with the leader having a little bit of ground on you. What's your strategy here? Do you just ride the rest of the race and hoping the leader makes a mistake since he's not going to go catch a draft, or do you force the issue? Do you try to run a more aggressive line and use up that race wear?
Right now, you know that you can't make it on. You got to stop one more time. So right now, I am riding as hard as I can to gain up as much ground. And the 88 and the 21 both have wins this season, so you can afford to be aggressive on the pit road and try to steal a win away from the 21. 21's already won 4 races this year. He is by far ahead of the class, and everybody knows it. So 88, you're going to have to really be aggressive on the pit road entry to have a chance to win this race. And if you know that you got to pit regardless, you might as well pit before him.
So you think short pitting will finally become a factor then, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it short pitting. Just you're pitting a lap earlier, or or 2 laps earlier. You got to take that kind of gamble.
I think you do. I can agree with you on that one more, Daddy.
You try to gain a second or two on the pits, and you come away with maybe a little bit of track position, and hold them off.
I think it's just with what happened to the 38, who's dropped back to 4th now. I think it's a little too late to bank on a caution. However, obviously we've seen fire and we've seen rain. Actually, speaking of the 38, did I just see him drop down the pits? Yes, I did. He's on pit road. He's taking his final stop.
Yep, here we go.
That's that early pit stop you were talking about. Maybe that 2-tire stop, either it didn't work or that was part of his strategy. He knew
part
he was
of his strategy.
Race wear.
Exactly.
We'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. That 38's been interesting all night, man.
You got to think right now. You're 3 laps to the good, so why not pit? If you're running first, second, third, fourth, you got to pit. You want to gain any advantage, you got to pit now. Your tires will make it.
Smart.
Yeah, I really think if you are staying out right now, you're hurting your chances at gaining any more positions on the racetrack. At this point, you're probably almost 4 laps good to fuel.
Fuel is definitely a factor at this track. If you look back to 2014, watching Dale Jr., man, that hurt me as a Dale Jr. fan, watching him lose that fuel and end up losing the race to Brad Keselowski on the final lap.
Yeah, I'm sorry, he ran out, didn't he?
At this track. Yeah, he ran out on the last lap coming out of turn
19
2.
pitting?
19 pitting, yeah. Oh, okay, a little bit of a shake up there. 19 in the 11th.
Yeah, Monkey 91. I mean, he drove it in there pretty aggressive, but I can't blame him. I'm trying to make up at least one spot. If I'm running, 9th, I'm trying to maybe get 7th. If I'm running 7th, I'm trying to steal a top 5. I can't tell you how many times I finished 6th in my life. I probably finished 6th more than I have any position, just because I think I have a top 5 in the bag, and then I mess it up and usually finish right outside the top 5.
As I was saying, before with the whole fuel strategy thing, that's a big factor at a lot of tracks, and it's going to be the factor tonight, as we've already seen. Obviously it was a position battle early on, but now I'm starting to think who has the smarter strategy in the bag, who's playing checkers, and who's playing chess, who's going to be ahead of each other, mentally, in this long of a race.
Right now, you got the 21 about half a lap ahead of the 38. And also a lap and a half ahead, because he's a lap down.
So 95 just got up into the wall.
He did get up into the wall. He's just now coming down.
88 just ducked down the pit.
Yeah, the 88's in the pits now. We'll ride with Central Fly 13 in the 88 Cincinnati Chevrolet Camaro, number 88, sponsored by Valvoline. All right. If you took 4 tires last time, are you taking 2 tires now? I don't think so.
As much as
I'm going 4 tires. I couldn't do it.
I was gonna say, I think in that situation, I like to be risky, but at the same time, I pride myself on making smart decisions. But I feel like the only real decision you can make is to go with those with the 4 fresh Goodyears, man. And you just have to bank on caution at this point. I mean, or you could do the risky maneuver. You can go 2 tires and hope that you get a caution and then everybody pits. So it's going to be interesting. I think Central Flyway knows what he's doing. I obviously I can't speak for him, so we'll have to let his actions out on the track speak for himself.
Yeah, we got Crucial Gravity right now exiting his final pit in the 18 Fudge Brownie Toyota Camry, driven by Kyle Busch. Number 18. Usually you got some M&Ms on there today. It wasn't a very Kyle Busch-like year this year, but hopefully he rebounds next year.
Well, Kyle
it looks like
Busch.
that little contact right there, as Jose is trying to go through the field right now to get past these slower cars that haven't pitted, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it. Although that 88 did pit, so I mean,
the 88 did, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, and the 38. So I mean, I honestly think that those 2 drivers, wait, did the 88 lose the position to the 38?
I believe the 88. I believe that's what happened. But you got to
Oh,
think
man.
the 38 came in a couple of laps earlier, so 88's got fresher
About 3
tires.
laps earlier.
Yeah, he's going to have. He gave it his shot. Didn't work out so far. Right now, he's got track position on his favor, so we'll see.
Honestly, if I'm the 38, like I said before, if I'm the 38 or the 88, I'm banking on a caution. You know, at this point in the race, the 21's going to have such a track position advantage, regardless if he takes 4 tires or 2. If I'm the 21, I'm taking 4 tires. But, you know, I mean, at this stage in the race, it's only time will tell. I mean, obviously, you know, as the great Darrell Waltrip has said, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. So, you know, meaning that really anything can happen. And I think that that could be the situation that happens, you know, tonight. We could see something incredible happen, or we could see the 21 play it smart and be able to pull away from the rest of this field.
I think he's already hit that mark, too.
You never know. We'll have to see.
I don't know. That four car is creepy fast, though.
I'm telling you, man. Freaky fast indeed. Has that 21 car pit yet?
4 is pitting now. 21
4
did
is
not
pitting
pit.
now, yep.
All right. Oh, wow. This is going to be a fantastic race to the finish.
A lot of different fuel strategies. Do you think if you're the 21, you take 4 tires? I think since you're that far ahead, you need to play the safe maneuver. Take those 4 fresh Goodyears, and I mean, obviously not a full can of gas because you're not going to need the full fuel away, but at least enough to where you know you're at the good, so you don't have to worry about playing it risky. You know, especially at this stage in the race, you wouldn't want to throw it away.
No.
I mean, he's run a good race, second half of this race, man. I tell you, kudos to the 21.
I am definitely going to stay on this 4. I am really interested to see what's going to happen here.
You know, I think I'm going to follow you there, man. I'll tell you, that 4 car, as the 88 to 38 and the 20 drive around him, obviously the 4 car of Gibby, he's going to have that fresh rubber. Now, he is going to have to make up a lot of time. You know, that is definitely known, and I think he understands that. But in the next couple laps, you're going to see the race wear on those 2 or 3 cars in front of them. They're going to start to give out, and that 4 car's fresh rubber is going to come into play.
So how fast is he going to be able to make work of these guys? I don't know. I think the spread's too far. I really do.
You know, I think it might be, you know, if the 20, like I said, if the 21 plays it right, it's a little too far between him and the 4. But for the 2 guys in front of the 4 car, or the 3 drivers in front of the 4 car, it's not too far. I don't think it's too far between, you know, second place and where the 4 car's sitting. I think he could possibly make up a couple positions, but we'll have to see if he can do it to the lead.
Yeah, I'm riding along with All Ordinary now. I mean, I'm assuming. Now, he is the leader right now. He has not pitted, so those are cars that are fighting for their lap back ahead of him. Well, they've already gotten their lap back. They're fighting to stay on the lap. As the 21, he burped it a little bit. I thought he was going to try to make his entrance to pit road. He decides to come back around again.
Do you think he has enough fuel if he saves it? Or do you think...
No way.
So he'll definitely have to make that last stop, though.
I think he's going to make him. He's got to make the last stop.
That 14 dropped a little back, though.
But here, he's really got no negative side to it. The 21, he's got it made. I mean, he's far enough out, I believe. Is he coming to pit road right now?
Oh, there he goes. Finally making that pit stop. Has he put enough of a distance to where he can come out of the pits and continue that gap as the 9 car as well follows? The 88's probably going to be getting that lap back, if I'm correct,
yes,
coming out the front stretch. So let's see what the 21 does. Does he play track position and take the 2 tires, or does he play the long game and take the 4? I'm taking 4 if I'm him, man.
I think he's knee deep in the long game, man. He's got to take the 4.
I wouldn't even say that's a bad thing. I mean, it's just, wait a minute. He got out of there pretty fast. I don't know if that was 4 tires or 2.
He got out of there extremely quick.
You know, you have to wonder if he really just played the 2-tire game, which, again, is not a dumb strategy. You can make that work, especially with how clean his line's been. You can make that work and conserve your race.
This is going to be extremely close.
You know, he just made it close. But I'll tell you right now, you know what, with how much distance he put up on the guy behind him, it's going to be a fight to the finish. I mean, is that the 88 behind him? That
Yes.
is dang. Oh boy.
So we got Jose Protege running 5th. Last place 24 4th. Central Fly running 3rd. Second, you got All Ordinary. And first, you got the 14 car.
Well, he's about to pass the 14 right here.
Well, he's coming around the 14 as we speak.
He's used up his race wear. This is the
Yeah.
I think this race between the 21 and the 88, man, it's gonna be interesting here as we get down to the closing laps.
Yeah, I think it's over, man. I don't know. You see anything happen? Caution? Who knows?
Dude, there could be a caution, man. You could see one of these lap cars pull Kevin Page and accidentally drive up in front of the field. Man, I've seen all sorts of stuff in the course of all the races I've watched or been a part of. Oh man, it could get very well interesting, or the 21 could just check out, man. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. And you have to wonder though, if he took 2 tires, which again I'm not entirely sure, obviously with our vantage point, if he took 2 tires or 4. But if he took 2 tires, you have to wonder how much those left side tires have worn over the course of this long green flag run.
Yeah, I imagine a ton. I mean, it is only 2 times wear, but still, I mean, you're talking 4 or 5 tenths a second, and that's a lot of time.
And that's to start off the run that you get. That's not even over the course. Like, you don't get a quick lap out of that. Like, no, you're going to be already half a second off of where you'll be running if you took 4 tires. Because that 88, I'm starting to look at it, and you know what? He's made up a little bit of a distance, but he's still got a ways to go.
You know, and I think this is how it's going to roll. I believe the 21 has gotten his lead. Everybody's fouled through. 21 has the lead. You got the 14 running 2nd. Gibby running 3rd. Last place 24 in the 24 running 4th. Jose Protege running 5th. Crown Royal 6th. Actually, he just got passed by Buford. Buford running 6th. Crown Royal 7th. You know,
so where's Central Flyway in all this? Is he in 6th or not 6th, in 2nd, or where is he?
I'm sorry, Central Flyway is in 2nd.
I was gonna say I thought he was running up there.
Yeah, I got him and the 14 mixed up. I apologize for that.
You know, I did see though the 4 car did pass the car in front of him, and now he's in 3rd.
He is in 3rd. Gibby is running 3rd. Central Flyway 2nd, and obviously All Ordinary running 1st in that 21 Wood Brothers Ford.
You know, worst case scenario for the 21, this is a 2-car race. But best case scenario, he's able to pull away and able to really just kind of be the deciding factor in his own race.
And last week it was no different. It was the 21 and 88 show. This week I didn't expect it to be any different. Man, they put on a fabulous show. It looks like right now the 21 is about second out, second and some change from the 88. 88's running the bottom line, so is the 21. Trying to pick up any little bit of draft he can. Give me any type of momentum.
He's making up ground, though, man. He was definitely not that close when the 21 got out of pits. So, I mean, definitely making up the distance. Is it going to be enough, though? That's the question. Is it going to be enough as we get here to the end? You know, I think we might very well see the 88 get up to the bumper of the 21, but I think the 21 has built up just enough of a lead. But, man, I'm pulling, you know, I hate to be biased as a commentator, but I'm starting to pull for that 88, man. He is hustling out there.
He definitely is. He's had the car to beat twice a week, or the last 2 weeks, and, you know, he came up a little short last week, and hopefully it's a little better outcome for him this week.
Oh, man.
As we ride with Buford and 6, he's a lap down, I believe. I'm sorry. No, he's not. No, he's not a lap down. I'm sorry. Actually, I think all the cars. He's just catching him?
I'm telling you, man, every lap I'm watching, it feels like he's eating away just a tad every single lap, man. How much time does he have left? I mean, like, does he really have enough time to be able to make this?
Oh, shit. This is the last lap. This is the last lap right here. Oh, my goodness. We almost messed that up, huh?
We were walking right out. I don't think he's going to catch the 21 unless the 21 slips up here, man.
I think this is over and done with. This is a done deal. 21 coming to the checker.
Man, I think if the 88 just had a little more time, man, I think he could have called him, but The 21 in first, 88 in second. I think the 4 car was third, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And the 38 was fourth. Last place, 24. Running fifth in the 12. The 20 in Beaufort, 19. 72, 6. Fresh Out 4 in the 9, 7th. 8th is Crown Royal Dad in the 14th. 9th is CMA in the 19th. 10th, it would be the 11 car. I didn't get the rest of them after that, buddy. I'm sorry.
You're all good, man.
We can check it after once we get back into the lobby.
Excellent race, though, man. After the cautions got out of the way and they weeded out some of the drivers that were having a little bit of a problem, it was an excellent fight to the finish, even till the end. The 21, though, proving that strategy definitely pays the dividends here in league racing. He'll take that first position, the 88. Just falling up a little short. Excellent race, though, driven by him. You can't really blame him. But, yeah, excellent race, man. I had fun.
Yeah, G-Mar, I appreciate you coming. Hopefully we can make this a, once-a-week thing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I was going to try to do some interviews, but I imagine their tempers are a little wild right now after the cautions. So.
Oh, definitely, man.
But I appreciate you coming out. Looks like who had the fast lap? I'm going to look right here. Gibby, you said he was fast.
He was fast, freaky fast indeed.
Yeah, that was great, man. I appreciate you coming out, and thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, War Daddy. Anytime.